the license should be valid at the time at the material time of accident. Then policy copy, estimate. Then normally the mandate is also taken, right? So normally if it's a cashless arrangement, then directly the insurance company pays to the workshop or the garage, and the difference like the excess, salvage, okay, and the depreciation amount, that is recovered from the insured, and the balance is paid by the insurance company to the workshop or the garage. Okay, right. Then yes.
চলে গেছে, ডিসকন্টিনিউ হয়ে গেছে।
हाइड होते हैं मान असं तालुका ओके तालुका ओके हां right. So again now the PPT is visible. Hello.
Yes sir. Yes sir, visible sir.
Am I audible?
Yes sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay. Right. Now
Yes,
let us
sir.
start again. Right. So documents we were dealing of the repair basis claim. Then police papers. If police complaint is lodged, then if it's a commercial vehicle, then the permit, fitness. Then if it's a goods carrying vehicle, load challenge will be required to see whether no extra weight was being carried. Okay. Then trip sheet will be required to see whether there was no overloading of passengers. Okay. So these are the documents which are required for a repair basis claim. Now the procedure is simple. After the assessment is being done, the survey report is submitted, and then the final bills are submitted. Then bill check report is prepared, and finally then the amount is derived, and that particular amount, if it's a cashless arrangement, then that amount is paid directly to the garage, and from the workshop they recover the amount of depreciation, amount of excess, and amount of salvage from the insured. And if it's not a cashless claim, then the insured has to submit the bills to the insurance company. Then the check report is prepared, the claim is processed, and finally the disbursement is done electronically directly to his. We obtain the mandate, and directly to his account the amount is transferred. Okay, so this is the procedure for a repair basis claim. Now comes the total loss. Now when a total loss takes place, when the cost of repairs exceeds 75% of the IDV, it becomes a case of total loss. Now here one example we have taken. Suppose the IDV of the vehicle is 4 lakhs. Now 75% of the IDV will be rupees 3 lakhs. Now suppose the surveyor has given the assessment, various parts, less depreciation, that is coming to 2,50,000. Now here in parts, he will properly give the means the parts segregating, means fiber, rubber, plastic, where 50% depreciation will be applicable, metal parts depending upon the age of the vehicle, glass 0% depreciation. And if it's a nil debt policy or a zero debt policy, then as it is, all parts will be payable without deducting any depreciation. Then the labor assets, in that painting will be there, removing, repeating, other expenses will be there. So suppose the cost of repairs is coming to rupees 3,50,000. So now since the cost of repairs is exceeding 75% of IDV, that is 3 lakhs. So it's a case of total loss. Now, in such cases, the vehicle is not further repaired. Okay. So what we do is we pay him IDV of the vehicle less excess, and normally the vehicle is taken in our custody, and later on e-auction of that vehicle is done, and we sell that vehicle to the salvage buyer by e-auction. Okay. And the policy is cancelled for a total loss claim or for a theft claim. The policy is cancelled and the salvage is disposed of after settling the claim. Okay, and here the documents which are required for a total loss claim are claim form, estimate, RCTC original vehicle, because the vehicle we are going to take in our custody, which will be sold to the salvage buyer later on. Then license will verify. Then original policy will take for cancelling. Then RTO forms also will be obtained 28, 29, 30 for transferring the vehicle afterwards when it is sold to the salvage buyer, or if the salvage buyer sells it to some other person, then these forms will be required. Then form number 35 is used if there is hypothecation. If the vehicle is having any hypothecation clause, then form number 35 is also taken. Normally, that hypothecation is required to be cleared by the insured. So either we pay to the company which has hypothecated the vehicle. So either we pay to the company and then tell the insured to remove the this hypothecation clause on it, and then finally the claim will be settled. So some part will not pay the entire amount. Some part will keep with us, and we'll ask him to cancel pay the balance amount if any, and clear the hypothecation charge, and then we'll settle the claim fully. Then we also take the keys of the vehicle, then the consent of the insured for total loss. Purchase invoice also we take in our custody to see what is the date of purchase and to see whether proper IDV is taken or not. Then NEFT will take. If it's a commercial vehicle, we'll see the permit copy. We'll verify the permit copy, fitness certificate, load challan, tip sheet, and the police papers. So this is in case of a total loss claim. So what is the difference between a total loss and net loss? Now everything is same, only in net loss, what we do is we do not collect the salvage of the vehicle. The wreck of the vehicle, the wreck of the damaged vehicle remains with the insured. So in that case, we pay him IDV less excess, less salvage, and the salvage value is given in the survey report by the surveyor. He has to take the quotations from minimum 3 salvage buyers, and so the highest value will be deducted. So IDV less excess, less salvage, the vehicle remains with the insured. He can sell the vehicle. Okay, he can sell the vehicle, or he can do anything. He can even repair the vehicle in such cases, because we don't take the custody of the vehicle. He is at the liberty to either repair the vehicle or sell it, or he can cancel it. So he is at his liberty. Okay, so and we
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, there is one question. Sir, in case of Superdari,
In case
then
of?
what will Superdari case, sir, in the custody of police? If the vehicle is in the custody of police.
Okay, okay. With the vehicle is in the custody of police. Yeah. Then what to do?
Yeah.
Acha. Okay, but we have to see why it is in the custody of police. Okay, suppose the vehicle is used for any illegal things. Okay, if that vehicle is used by some terrorists, if they are used by some if that vehicle is a stolen vehicle. So all these things we have to see, and then only we have to settle the claim. Okay, because since the vehicle is in the custody, so there we have to appoint an investigator. We have to find out why the vehicle is in the custody of the police, and after getting the report from the investigator, then only we can settle the claim depending upon the case. Okay. Now suppose the vehicle is involved in a TP accident, and therefore the vehicle is seized. Okay. So in that case, if no other charges are there, then we can settle the claim on net loss basis. Okay, so we'll not take the custody of the vehicle, but all these things should be verified by the investigator, and then only the claim can be settled. Okay, so if it's in
Sir,
the custody,
sir, one more question, sir. If
Yeah.
the vehicle is in the custody of police, then RC will be transferred in the company's name or not?
in the company's name, no, madam. Then we'll settle the claim on net loss basis. In that case, if it is in the custody of police, we will settle the claim on net loss basis, not on total loss basis.
What will be the scene of RC in that case?
Well, that RC will be in his name only. So we will take an undertaking. We'll take declaration from the insured that now insurance company, after paying this claim, is totally means there will not be any liability on the part of insurance company, and he has received the compensation. So that consent we'll have to take. Okay.
Okay, consent from insured.
Yeah, consent
Okay.
of the insured is very important. Okay, when we are settling the claim on total loss basis or net loss basis, we have to take the consent. Suppose tomorrow he says that I was not willing to settle the claim on total loss, but the insurance company insisted for total loss. So that dispute should not arise. So we should take a consent from the insured. That consent is a must. Okay, and in net loss also we cancel the policy. So we pay him IDV less excess less salvage. Salvage can be disposed of by the insured, or he can repair the vehicle. So that is, he's at his liberty. So we'll pay IDV less excess less salvage, and will not take the custody of the salvage. Then comes the cash loss basis claims. Well, very rarely such claims are settled because we have to seek the approval of the regional office or the higher office. Now, suppose one example I have given. Suppose IDV of a vehicle is 4 lakhs. Then the surveyor has assessed parts less depreciation rupees 2 lakhs, and the assessed labor is 50,000. So the total liability is 2 lakhs 50,000 if we repair the vehicle. So now, so this is not the case of total loss because it is not exceeding, the repair cost is not exceeding rupees 3 lakhs. So it's a pure case of repair basis. But and suppose that vehicle, which say it is a commercial vehicle, and there is no cashless tie-up. So in such a case, what we'll say to the insured, we'll tell him to repair the vehicle and produce the bills, and then we shall pay you the claim on repair basis. So many times it happens that the insured is not having the financial capacity to get the vehicle repaired. Okay, so the claim gets stuck up. Means we cannot settle the claim on total loss basis, or the repairer cannot repair the vehicle since he is having the paucity of funds. So in such cases, we can settle the claim on cash loss basis. So there the valuation is done as follows: parts less depreciation plus the assessed labor less excess less salvage, and additional 25 to 30% are deducted from the net liability. Okay, and we pay him the claim without the vehicle getting repaired. Without the vehicle getting repaired, we will pay the claim. Okay, and we'll also cancel the policy, but the vehicle will be in the custody of the insured only. So we have to take the consent of the insured for cash loss, and we should also get the approval from the regional office, and then we'll pay him the claim. And after paying the claim, we'll take the policy and we'll cancel the policy. So this is all about the cash loss. Now the documents.
30%. This 25 to
Pardon?
30% is 25 to 30%
Yeah.
that we are deducting additionally.
Additional.
This
We
is
have to
applied after this stage, now. After
net
this
liability.
salvage
Yeah,
stage.
net liability. See, that calculation will be done as follows: parts less depreciation plus the assessed labor less excess less salvage. Then whatever amount is there from that, 25 to 30% will be extra, will be deducted. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Then the documents are same. Only thing we don't collect any original documents because the vehicle remains with him and he's at the liberty to repair the vehicle by even putting some second-hand parts. So anything he can do with the vehicle. Okay. Then the theft claims. Now, two important questions many times are asked as far as theft of the tires is concerned. Okay. So
Hello,
if
sir.
it's yeah.
Regarding that cash loss settlement,
Yeah.
what will be the fate of that policy?
We have to cancel the policy. We have to take the policy in our custody and we have to cancel the policy once because it is.
We cannot continue
Yes.
coverage. We cannot continue.
No.
Okay.
It will not be
Okay.
continued. We will cancel the policy. We have to take the policy in our possession and we have to cancel it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Sir,
Right.
cashless is
Now-
only. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
cashless is only in the case of total loss or partial loss.
It is in case of partial loss, sir, because when it's a total loss, the garage or the workshop will not come into picture. Okay. So only the garage or workshop will come into picture for preparing the estimate. Okay. And then further, if the repair liability is more than 75%, then the vehicle is not going to be repaired there, right? We'll be paying him the total loss claim.
Okay.
Right?
So the
Okay.
entire policy is cancelled or only OD part?
Entire policy, madam. Entire policy. We cancel the policy in total. Yeah, OD as well as TP. We cancel the policy. Total
Any
policy we
TP?
cancel. Pardon?
Any injuries is there, sir?
Yeah,
If
injuries.
if-
See, if injuries are there, they will be covered only if PA to owner driver or PA to passengers is there in OD section. I am telling, and that too table C, death and permanent total disablement. If any passenger has fractured his leg or fractured his hand, that will not be covered in the OD section. Well, he can lodge a TP claim. That will come under TP. MSCT claim he can lodge. Okay, against the driver because of his negligent driving, he has fractured his leg or fractured his arm. Okay, so that he can lodge a claim under the third party MSCT claim he can lodge. Okay, right. Now theft claims. Now how do you deal with the theft claims? Very quickly. Now many times a question is asked. If the tires of a two-wheeler are stolen, only tires are stolen, or of a private car, if the tires are stolen, whether we will pay the claim. So, can anyone tell me? If only the tires are stolen, FIR is there, he has given the proof. Shall we pay the claim? The vehicle is not stolen, only the tires.
Not payable, sir.
Huh?
Not payable. Not payable.
Well,
The vehicle should also be stolen. Then only the
Yeah.
The entire vehicle should be
Stolen.
tested.
okay. Any other view? Okay, no problem. See, if it is a private car or if it is a private two-wheeler, means which is not used for hire and reward, even if only the tires are stolen, and if the insured produces the proof by producing the police papers like FIR, we have to pay the claim. Okay, and the rule of entire vehicle should be stolen at the same time applies to only the commercial vehicles. It is not applicable for private car and two-wheelers. So if only tires of a private car or of a two-wheeler are stolen, we have to 100% pay the claim. Okay, but if it's a commercial vehicle, if it's a tourist taxi, if it's a passenger carrying bus or a goods carrying vehicle, and if only the tires are stolen, we will not pay the claim, since our clause of commercial vehicle says entire vehicle should be stolen at the same time. Okay, so this question is many times asked. That's why I referred to this. Right, now let us study the theft claim. You see, another 15 to 20 minutes I will require. Shall I continue?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, see, a theft claim. Theft claim means it's a total loss only. So here we'll pay IDV less excess. There is no question of salvage because the vehicle is stolen totally. Now, what are the documents? Very quickly, claim form, RCTC original will, obtained. Now, many times it happens that the RCTC or the police papers are, or the vehicle papers are kept in the vehicle, right? And the vehicle is stolen, the papers also are stolen, correct? Because they were, say, in the dashboard of the car. So at that time, we will ask the insured to produce the duplicate RC that he can obtain from RTO, right? Then stolen vehicle certificate from RTO is required. Now that you can get by producing the FIR with the RTO authorities. So that stolen vehicle certificate is a must for settling a theft claim. Then original policy we will get from him and will cancel the policy after the claim is settled. Then police papers, FIR, final A summary, and the JMFC report, that is the Judicial Magistrate First Class. This report. See, and now as far as our company is concerned, if it's a two-wheeler, we do not insist for JMFC report. Just on the basis of the final investigation report from the police, we settle the claim. See, now this practice also can differ from RO to RO, but as far as Pune RO is concerned, we were never insisting for JMFC report. If a two-wheeler is stolen, only the final investigation report, which is given by the police authorities after say 1 or 2 months, stating that the case is true but undetected. That is given. Okay, but for as far as the private car is concerned or any other vehicles other than two-wheelers, if they are stolen, then we will insist upon the JMFC report, which is given by the port authorities. Okay, and it takes nearly 5 to 6 months from the date of theft to get. So that no doubt that document is important. So only after getting that document we will settle the claim. Then we'll take the keys. Okay, now both the keys should be produced by the insured. If he gives only one key, then we have to seek an explanation. Where is the second key? Okay, so because see, there was one very interesting claim. Very quickly, I will refer to it. See, one person sold his vehicle on OLX. Okay, and the party who wanted to take that vehicle, purchase that vehicle, came to his residence. Okay, and so he showed the vehicle to him, and that person asked for a test drive. He said that I will just have a take a test drive. And okay, so the our insured handed over the vehicle along with the key to the probable buyer of his. Okay, so what happened? He just rode the vehicle and he fled away with the vehicle. And there was absolutely there was no means the whereabouts of the person were not traced. So he lodged a police complaint. Everything he lodged the claim with us with the FIR, giving all the details that this was the case. So now this claim was repudiated by us. Why? Because he himself has given the possession of the keys to the insured. Means if these keys would have been taken by any coercion or by any threat or say beating the insured, then we would have paid the claim. But since he has handed over the keys to the insured, so that claim was repudiated. Same thing applies in our burglary policy, also key clause and all. We know all that. Okay, right. So these keys part is over. Then we take the purchase invoice. Then 28, 29, 30 forms. Suppose tomorrow if the vehicle is traced by the police, then that becomes the property of insurance company. So we also take subrogation indemnity letter from the insured. Then we appoint an investigator. We get an investigation report. NEFT also, or NEFT details we take, and we after we settle the claim, we make him the payment. Then permit fitness load challenge if it's a commercial vehicle, right? Now,
Excuse me, sir.
Go to the yes.
So one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in case the insured has changed the lock of the vehicle and he
Yes.
has no bill of that keys,
He has
then what
pardon,
will
madam.
be,
No, pardon the question. Please repeat the question.
sir, if the insured has changed the lock of the vehicle and he has not even the bill of that vehicle, the lock, then what will be the process?
Acha, he has changed the lock of the vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
He has changed the lock of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Well, the changing of a lock will not be recorded in RC book as such. he should produce the bill. He should produce the bill. Okay. Means if he produces the bill, and we have to take an explanation from the insured as to why he had changed the lock. That explanation we have to see. We have to investigate. Our investigator also will go into details of this. What was the reason for changing the lock? Okay, and then only we'll settle the claim. Now, one more thing.
Sir, if he did not produce the bill of the week, bill of the lock,
Well,
then
he can get a duplicate bill. Okay, some proof he should give, right?
proof
He should give
should
some
be
proof.
must.
Yeah,
Okay.
then we can settle the claim on non-standard. See, it depends. It is depending upon the authority. Okay, it is at the discretion. Okay, only thing is what we should see that it is not a fraudulent. Okay, there can be some genuine difficulties also. We should understand, and accordingly we should settle the claim. Okay, but one more important thing: if in the FIR it is found that the vehicle was parked with the keys on it, and if the vehicle is stolen, that claim will repudiate. Okay, that is sheer negligence on the part of the insured, because many times for purchasing a cigarette or taking a cup of tea, you park the vehicle, keep it unlocked, and in the police papers it is revealed that the key were there on the vehicle. In that case, we will repudiate the claim.
Sir,
Okay?
in case he did not produce the bill, then
We
we
can
may
settle the claim
repudiate
on
the claim,
non-standard
substandard.
basis or repudiate, depending upon the case, madam. What
Okay.
investigator states in his report. Okay, so it is the discretion of the settling authority. He should get convinced that it is not, he is not playing any a fraud. Okay,
Okay.
and then
Okay,
only we can settle it. Right.
Right,
Now what?
sir.
Now what are close proximity claims? Okay. Now I have to cover some part of TP. So, and that is very important because few amendments are there in the Motor Vehicle Act. So that we have to cover. So I will just rush. Okay. So we will stick to the exam portion, right? Okay. Now close proximity claims. Now the claims which are occurring within 5 days from the date of inception are the close proximity claims. Now it is applicable for all the fresh proposals or renewals with break. Okay. Then investigation is a must if it's a close proximity case. Then documents are same, and this close proximity is not applicable to brand new vehicles. If suppose I have purchased the vehicle on 1st, and if the vehicle meets with an accident on 3rd of the month, then since it's a new vehicle, this close proximity will not be applicable. Then we know that depreciation is applied on painting also with effect from 1st of February 2013. So whatever painting is there, if no segregation of the painting is done, then normally 25% is taken as the park portion, and on that 50% depreciation is deducted, and 75% is taken as labor, and full amount is paid. But in some estimates, we get the bifurcation. Suppose total painting charges are 5,000, they will put say 800 rupees in parts. On that, we have to charge the 50% depreciation. On labor, we will not charge the depreciation. Now, very quickly, we will go to the motor third party. Okay, and many questions are actually I'm supposed to take motor OD, but a little bit of very important amendments which have taken place in the Motor Vehicle Act Amendment 2019. So that I will cover briefly, just within 10 to 15 minutes. Now the third party, that is section 2, liability. Okay, so what it provides the minimum third party cover as required by the MV Act 1988. Now what are these covered? The death or injury to any person or the third party property damage arising out of the use of vehicle in a public place. Then death or injury to any passenger of a public service vehicle. Then death or injury to paid driver, conductor or the examiner in a public vehicle or employees in a goods carrying vehicle. So all liabilities arising due to loss to these persons will be covered under a motor TP section. Now, limits of liability for third party. Now, for death and bodily injury, there is unlimited liability. So, depending upon the award which is given by the MSCP court, we will have to pay the TP claim for injury and death. Now, as far as the third party property damage is concerned, there is a limit of rupees 1 lakh if it's a two-wheeler. Okay, so maximum 1 lakh if it's a third party property damage. And for all other vehicles, maximum 7.5 lakhs will pay, other than two-wheelers. Now, if you want to restrict this third party property damage liability to minimum rupees 6,000, then we get a discount in premium, right? So for if it's a two-wheeler, private as well as commercial, 50 rupees will be deducted from TP. If it's a private car, 100 rupees will be deducted. If it's a commercial vehicle, three-wheeler taxi, 150 rupees will be deducted. Then for all other commercial vehicles, excluding the three-wheeler taxis and motorized two-wheelers, rupees 200 will be deducted from the TP premium. And see, the TP premiums are same for all the companies universally, let it be a private sector or a public sector insurance company. And normally the TP premiums are revised on 1st of April of every year. So we get a circular from IRDA revising the premium rates. Okay, and that circular we get from those rates are applicable from the 1st of April, which is the start of the financial year. Now, other liabilities which we can cover in a third party policy are legal liability for non-fare paying passenger, rupees 75. Now, who is a non-fare paying passenger? Suppose I am transferred from Pune to Mumbai and I am carrying my household goods in a truck, and I am also allowed to travel in the truck. So I am a non-fare paying passenger. No doubt I have paid charges for the goods to be carried from Pune to Mumbai, but at the time of flying of the vehicle, and I can accompany with my goods in the truck. So that liability is covered by paying 75 rupees per person. Now, legal liability to employees of the insured, that is the driver or his co-driver, right? His cleaner. Then police are there in a goods carrying vehicle. So whatever liability premium we have paid, so that will be rupees 50 per person. Okay, and accordingly, how many employees are carried at any one time, so that premium he has to pay. Now it will be unnamed, totally unnamed premium. Means no names will be mentioned. We can take named also as well as unnamed cover. Now TP claims are settled through MSCP courts only. No out of court settlement is done. Now let us see the consumer courts and the ombudsman. Now there are some changes which have taken place. Now as far as consumer court is the court other than MSCP court. Okay, so insured can either approach a consumer court or he can go to MSCP. Now consumer courts, the lowest court is the district forum. Now cases up to 1 crore will be entertained by a district court. Then state commission, cases more than 1 crore but less than 10 crores will be entertained by a state commission. And also the cases which are coming from district forum, if they are referred to higher court, they will come to the district forum. And the national commission cases above 10 crores and the cases coming from state commission will be the authority of a national commission. So these have been revised. Previously they were less. Okay. Then ombudsman. Now ombudsman, insurance ombudsman is a person who can be approached by an insured when the liability which is in dispute is not more than rupees 30 lakhs, and only claims which are of personal lines can be referred. So if we have issued a policy to a corporate client, they cannot go to an ombudsman. Either they will have to go to consumer court or they will have to approach the MSCP court. Okay, so ombudsman, now this is applicable to all. Okay, so personal lines and up to 30 lakhs only. Right, and very importantly, the decision which is given by the ombudsman, he has to give the award or the verdict within 3 months from the date of application. So that is the period which is led, which is fixed. And the award which is given by an ombudsman is binding upon the insurance company, but it is not at all binding upon the insured. So if the insured is not satisfied by the decision or the award, yes, if the insured is not satisfied by the decision given by an ombudsman or given by an ombudsman, he can approach to the courts also. Right now, this is the latest amendment in the Motor Vehicle Act 2019. Now, very importantly, no application for compensation shall be entertained unless it is made within 6 months of the occurrence of the accident as per the new Motor Vehicle Amendment Act 2019. Previously, there was no such limit, but now a limit has been fixed of 6 months from the date of accident. So if I have to approach a MSCP court, I have to approach within 6 months from the date of accident, right? Then new concept of golden hour has been introduced in this new Motor Vehicle Amendment Act. Now that is just, you have to remember that it means the time period which is lasting for 1 hour following a traumatic injury, during which there is highest likelihood of preventing the death by providing prompt medical care. So within this this golden hour, if you take the efforts to save the persons, then certainly he can be saved, his life can be saved. So this golden hour concept is there, and so any cases which are referred to the hospitals, so they cannot deny, they have to admit that particular patient who is brought to the hospital. Then changes have taken place in the NFL, that is the no fault liability. Now the previous sections of NFL were from section 140 to section 144 of the MV Act. Okay, but now in this amendment for NFL, section 164 is introduced, in which if it's a death case, rupees 5 lakhs are paid. If it's grievous hurt case, rupees 2,50,000 are paid. Previously, the amount was rupees 50,000 for death and 25,000 for grievously injured person. Right now, hit and run. Hit and run means what? If a person is hit by a vehicle and the whereabouts of the vehicle are not known. Now, hit and run cases are not settled by us actually. They are not referred to us, but they are settled by the state governments, respective state governments. Okay. Now, hit and run, section 161 of the MV Act. Now in this amendment, for death, rupees 2 lakhs are given, and for grievously hurt, 50,000 is given. Previously, it was very less amount. For death, it was 25,000, and for grievous hurt, it was 12,500 only. Now, the compensation is paid for this hit and run cases from the fund which is established by the central government and the state government. Okay, right. Now the appeals, section 173. Now there is an amendment in these appeals. Right now, appeals to the higher court. Suppose I have referred my MSc my case in a MSCP in the lower court. Okay, and suppose I am not satisfied by the award which has been given by the lower court. Then if I have to appeal to the higher court, then that appeal has to be made within 90 days from the date of award to the higher court. And no appeal will be entertained unless the person pays rupees 25,000 or 50% of the amount so awarded by the previous court, lower court, whichever is less. So after paying this, I can make an appeal, but that appeal I have to done within 90 days from the date of award of the lower court. Then if the amount in dispute is less than rupees 1 lakh, no appeal can be entertained by a claims tribunal. That is very important, right? So if the award amount is less than 1 lakh, you cannot refer it to the higher court. Now this limit also has been revised to rupees 1 lakh. Previously it was 10,000 only. Now it has been revised to 1 lakh. Now the copy of award shall be given within 15 days and the amount of award has to be satisfied within 30 days of the date of award. So our motor TP department has to be very means they should expeditiously settle such third-party claims. Otherwise, the court might come and even confiscate the property of the insurance company. So we have to honor these MSCP awards within 30 days from the date of award. Now here I have given some sections, important sections of the Motor Vehicle Act, like section 3. So you can go through. I will not repeat it, but these are applicable now. Section 185 of the MV Act, driving by drunken person. So these claims we will not pay. Right now, driving license rules also have been changed. Now we are coming to the last part of our session. Now that see, now very important amendment which has taken place is regarding the grace period of 30 days. So now see, previously the license, the date of expiry. Okay, so from the date of expiry up to 30 days, the license was deemed to be enforced. So even if a claim was there after the date of expiry, but if that claim was within 30 days from the date of expiry of license, and even if that license is not renewed by the insured, so previously we used to honor the claim, okay, because grace period was given up to 30 days from the date of expiry of the driving license. But now in this new Motor Vehicle Amendment Act 2019, this provision of grace period of 30 days has been totally omitted, has been totally removed. Okay, so the date of expiry is the final date. And if the claim comes just one day after the date of expiry of the license, we'll have to repudiate the claim. Okay, provided he produces some proof that he has paid the renewal fees to the RTA, then no problem, we'll entertain the claim. Now this application for renewal of license can be made either 1 year prior to date of its expiry or within 1 year after the date of expiry, and the driving license will be renewed with effect from the date of its renewal. So that is very important provision. Now previously the transport licenses were issued for 3 years. Now the period has been increased to 5 years. Now you will see the transport licenses issued for 5 years period, right? Then license of transport vehicles carrying hazardous goods, right? So we know that an extra endorsement has to be passed on the license if the vehicle is being used for carrying hazardous goods. So that will be valid for 3 years. Previously, it was valid for 1 year only. Now this is nothing but the age. Now that also has been revised for other vehicles other than hazardous. If the age of the license holder is below 30 years, the license will be issued till age of 40. If he has attained age of 30 and below 40 years, it will be valid for 10 years. Attained age of 50 and below 55 years till age of 60 years, and attained 55 years, then it will be valid for 5 years only. Then these are some sections of IPC 37. These you will find in the FIR 337 causing hurt, 330 causing grievous hurt, 427 property damage up to 50. All these you will find in any accidental case where FIR is lodged. Okay, then rash driving. These are all IPC sections. Well, if rash driving is there, then also we do not repudiate the claim. We have to pay the claim. Even if section 279 of IPC is there, we cannot repudiate the claim. We have to pay the claim. Then causing death due to negligence. Well, as far as the OD is concerned, we have to pay the claim on, in all such circumstances. Only if section 185 of Motor Vehicle Act is there. That is, if the person was under influence of drug or liquor, then only it will repudiate the claim. So I think this PP section, actually you should go through the Motor Vehicle Act 1988, and you should study all the important sections in the Motor Vehicle Act which are relevant from the point of view of insurance. Okay, so this was very brief, means very few things I have covered in PP section, but all other things you can refer to the MV Act 1988. In that you will find the sections and those sections which are relevant from insurance point of view. You should try to study those sections, and also you have to study the IMTs, which I have already told, and the GRs. Okay, so if you go through the PPT, I think you can get many answers to many questions. So I have tried my level best, and I think we can come to the end of the session. And I will thank all of you for patient listening for more than 3.5 hours. And I am seeing many of the participants who joined at the beginning still are there at the end of this session. Any queries, they can be asked on Telegram. Okay, and even if any queries are there, we can take queries for another 5 minutes, and then we shall conclude our session. Okay.
Good afternoon, Rajesh.
Yes.
Suryavanshi from Nasik.
Yes.
Actually, the amendments of 2019 Motor Vehicle Act you said right now. So
Right.
whether these are come to effect or it
Yeah,
is still
they have already come into effect. Yes,
came
yes.
into effect.
Yes, yes, they have already come into effect. Yeah. So we have to apply this 2019 rules. They have already come into effect.
Okay, because we have not heard from our head office regarding the changes.
Yeah. But this already they are into effect. It was amended in 2019. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, please share
Yeah.
PPT, sir.
Pardon? Yeah. PPT will be shared. PPT will be shared.
Okay.
Absolutely. PPT
Okay,
will be
thank you,
shared to
sir.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, there is a query, sir.
Ah.
So there is a query, sir. Actually, one as like that of burglary cases, key clauses are applicable in burglary cases. In
Ah.
motor, if the permission of the owner, the purchaser takes the motor vehicle out of his house and fled away, in that case, we can repudiate the case or not paying the case for the loss of the vehicle.
Pardon, sir. Can you pardon, sir? I was not able to hear you properly.
Actually, sir,
Can you
what
repeat?
happened, as you told, sir, if someone comes to purchase the vehicle and with the permission of the owner, he takes the vehicle and takes the key and fled away.
Yeah.
In that case, what
Correct.
happens, sir? We can repudiate the case. When
Yeah. We have to repudiate. See, because he has willingly given the keys to him, right? He himself has handed over the keys to the probable buyer. Okay.
Yes,
So that was a negligence. So what he should have done, he should have rode the two-wheeler. He should have sat as a pillion rider. Okay. So that and how you can hand over the keys to a stranger whom you are not known to. Okay. So
thank you, sir. It was the question, sir. Actually. Like that of burglary case. In burglary case, we are similarly there is a key clause, sir.
Yeah.
In that line, it is applicable.
Exactly. In key clause also we know that the keys should be obtained by threat.
By violence, threat or something.
Yeah. So same key clause is applicable.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So much informative, sir. So much.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank
So
you,
wish you all the best, and wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And I wish that you get postings also according to your choice. So thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Bye
very
for
much.
now.
Very nice, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thanks, sir. Nice session.
Yes. मस्त विदाउट ब्रेक आणि मुख्य म्हणजे नो डिस्टर्बन्स. तुम्हाला खूप आवडेल.